Disclaimer. I doesn't claim any of the arts. All the pictures shown belongs to the respective artist and company. If you are original owner and want me to remove the video, I will do it immediately. Just send me an email to inform me. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. We see at the beginning of the episode the castle that Kim entered it through portal he has been created. Everything in it was being destroyed. It looks like a fight is going on in there. We see Kim is running from succubus. 3 of them were behind him. They were constantly chasing him. One of them angrily says, "That cowardly, he's headed inside." Other one furiously says, "He shall be a gift to offer to the queen. Capture him alive at all costs." Kim is in a difficult situation and doesn't know how to save himself from this. He has no place to escape. Suddenly he sees the windows are being broken, and while succubus are coming out of them, the glasses are scattered everywhere. Kim sees that he is surrounded now and says that, "Damn succubus! Why are they so many of them?" Succubus are attacking Kim from the front with their legs. They try to stop him by kicking Kim to his head. In the last second, Kim slides down and avoids from their attack. And we see in that moment Kim, by activating one of his skills, domination, makes all the succubus who are there taste Kim's power and strength. He attacks them, and by his attack, huge explosion happens inside of castle, and by its pressure, throws those succubus out of the castle. Kim stands under hole of the castle that himself made, thinking what nonsense is this, and said with himself that if the ordinary succubus aren't targets for the contract, then that leaves only one possibility, a monster that can even control Grand Succubus, the being that they call the Queen. We see Kim arrives to very huge door. Kim goes further and sees Maid Succubus. She is welcoming Kim there and saying to him that, "Are you the intruder? Please come inside. The Queen is waiting for you." So Kim thinks that since this succubus queen was waiting for me to come here, so I must go inside and visit her. Kim finally reached to her. In the next scene that he goes inside Queen's room and sees that many tentacles protruded from the Queen's bed. They were in everywhere and in every corner, and he sees that poor creatures are crawling there. And we see that the mans were wrapped in tentacles. They hung upside down from the ceiling. Kim looks at Queen's bed, and it seems that she is alone in this room. While Queen is sitting in his bed, says to Kim, "Welcome to my palace. I am the mother of all succubus and their queen," and introducing herself as Rosaria to Kim. At that time, a notification comes. Notification says to Kim, she is the target for the demonic contract. You can now make the summoning pact. And Kim thinks with himself that, as I thought, so she's the target for the contract. And Kim says, "Rosaria, is this your name?" Succubus Queen conforms it and says, "That's right, Rosaria." She spells her name to Kim. By hearing it, Kim gets shocked and confused. He thinks with himself that, a monster speaking human language, how can this possible? By seeing Kim's reaction to this, Succubus Queen laughs and says, "It's nothing to be that shocked about. You two are human and understand our language, don't you? It's the same principle." Kim calms himself and notices that she speaks quite well for a monster. Rosaria continues his words and says, "Right. So what is the purpose of your visit to my castle? Wealth? Glory? Or are you simply wandering around? If not that, did you come to satisfy your lust?" Kim, with a serious tone, respond to her that, "None of those. I've come to make a summoning pact." Rosaria, by hearing Kim's words that he wants to make a summoning pact with her, surprises and laughs at Kim, and says to Kim that, "I have quite the gutsy guest today, huh?" And we see the Rosaria removing the curtain in front of her, and while points her finger and tentacles to Kim, continues, "Though, you should keep your delusions within limits. Would you call playing with toys a pact? Rosaria is Archduke of the Abyss and Succubus Queen, and its rank is unknown." Rosaria didn't like his idea, uses many tentacles to attack Kim, but Kim is unfazed from her attack and responds to her that, "Yeah, that's what I thought. Well then, I'll make you surrender with my power." Before that, Rosaria tentacles could reach Kim, activates his domination skill, and uses it to block her attack. Kim is sure that he has upper hand in this fight. But her attack is not over yet, and her tentacles is still trying to reach Kim. Kim is very fast, and he easily avoids and dodges them one by one. Kim knows that he is fast enough for this kind of attacks. He pulls out his dagger and activates his chain skill, and makes chained-up kunai rope dart for himself, and with that cuts down Rosaria's tentacles. Then he steps on one of her tentacles and uses it as platform to jump. Kim jumps to the air and with full speed readies his dagger to attack Rosaria from above and says, "First, one strike!" And while he was in the air, Kim focuses his stone skill on his hand and makes a huge spear-shaped weapon with his stone skill and tries to hit her with it. In moment of impact, we see that Rosaria still has not left her bed yet. Suddenly in that moment, out of nowhere, all of Kim's skills gets deactivated. By seeing that, Kim shocks. He doesn't know how this could happen to him. We see that this was Rosaria's doing. She deactivated Kim's power by snapping her finger and activating her skill to diffuse Kim's skills. And by seeing Kim's expression, laughs and says, "How pitiful." She snaps her fingers, and by this Kim gets float in the air motionless. Then all of a sudden, Kim gets upside down, and floor under Rosaria's feet turns into sky of a city, and Kim thrown into it. In that moment, Kim thinks with himself that, "What is this? I can't trigger my skills. Also, how am I downtown? Did the space change? No, this is an illusion." Kim is thrown into the city, and with that he goes deep into water. Kim is drowning in it. He knows that he is in an illusion right now, but what he doesn't realize is that this is actually happening. How it happened to me. By seeing Kim's condition, Rosaria laughs and answers Kim's question by saying, "Since when? From the very beginning." She is controlling Kim's mind. Kim was unconscious, lying on her bed, and he was trapped in Rosaria's tentacles, and she was on top of Kim watching him. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Support this channel by liking this video and subscribing the channel. And if you want me to recap another manhwa or manga, write its name in the comments section. And if you want to know that what happened in previous chapters, you can watch them in this channel. Stay tuned for next chapters.